What is up guys, it's your boy Solheim here, back with another classic WoW video for Mists of Pandaria Classic. Now, with the launch being out and we're playing Mists of Pandaria now, it's time to talk about farming gold. In today's video, I want to highlight some of the best gold farms in Mists of Pandaria, and it's going to be like a top 5 gold farms. We're going to cover 5 different ways to farm gold in Mists of Pandaria, and 5 different locations to farm for gold. If you want to have access to even more locations to farm for gold, you can check out my gold guide for Mists of Pandaria through the link down below in the video description or the pinned comment. And speaking of the guide, that is the sponsor of today's video, so let's have a word from today's sponsor. This video is sponsored by Solheim's Gold Guides. Available on Gumroad, these guides will teach you all you need to know about making gold in various versions of World of Warcraft. Farming, crafting, flipping, several different ways of making gold, all in one place. You also get access to a Discord server where you can interact and share ideas to make even more gold together. In that same Discord server, you will also get early access to gold making videos and exclusive content. So, if you are ready to take your gold making to the next level, go to solheim.gumroad.com and find the gold making guide for the version of WoW that you are interested in. So, with that being said, let's talk about farming gold, and one of the best ways to farm gold in Mists of Pandaria will be a very boring way, but literally having a character with herbalism plus mining and flying around gathering things. Now for this, it's quite interesting because it works differently now than it did in Mists of Pandaria, to the point where basically you can farm on level 85 characters and fly on level 85 characters through a book where you can send basically flying to your alts. So you need to have a main at level 90, that main also has to learn flying in Pandaria, so level up a farming character with tailoring or skinning for example to level 90, and then have a character with herbalism plus mining at level 85, buy the book from your level 90, and send the book to your herbalist character. That way you can hit 2 birds with 1 stone, level from 85 to 90 by gathering things, and that way you make a bunch of gold and level up a second character at the same time. Additionally, for anyone here who don't have herbalism plus mining on the same character, you can pick that up in Pandaria and skill up from 1 to 600 only in Pandaria. The only thing is that if you have less than 500 skill, you will get pigments, or basically fragments, when you're gathering. So you will get, instead of getting a full flower when doing herbalism, you will get a fragment of a flower that you can later combine into that flower. And the same thing goes for mining as well. Instead of gathering an actual ghost iron ore, you will get a ghost iron nugget, and you can combine 10 nuggets into 1 ore. So you will still get Mists of Pandaria materials while skilling up all the way from 1 skill, but you will get way less until you catch up skill wise. Now, one of the reasons why this will be insanely valuable at the launch is that people are skilling up professions, and a lot of people also have alt armies for Mists of Pandaria, for example alchemy that has a daily cooldown craft, living steel, and scribes as well have a daily cooldown craft called Scroll of Wisdom, and Scroll of Wisdoms are required to make Dark Moon cards. So a bunch of people have both scribes and alchemists on their alt characters, and they are basically ready to pump out daily cooldowns, and not just 1 character, but 5, 10, I even have 20 alchemists myself, right, just to prove a point here. So people are going to need a bunch of herbs, because both alchemy and inscription requires herbs in order to be skilled up. So the demand for herbs is going to be absolutely through the roof at the launch of Mists of Pandaria, and anyone choosing to spend their time actually gathering herbs, they can cash in on premium gold per hour by doing so. Next up then, number 2, we have a very good farming location. For this one, you want to have skinning on a character and go to the Pools of Purity in Valley of the Four Winds. Over here, you will find a bunch of turtles that are very close together, and once again, you need to have skinning for this farm. I mean, you can be here without, but there's really no point. I mean, you can farm for Motes of Harmony. It's a very good place to farm for motes, but in order to make more gold and to really get the efficiency from the farm, you want to have skinning. You're obviously pulling beasts. So over here, you're farming for skinning materials, but also spirits of harmony, or motes of harmony, to turn into spirits. And the thing about spirits is that they are used in crafting the best endgame gear, and people that are not focused on gold making, for example, at the launch of an expansion, they are typically focused on the endgame, trying to craft the best gear they can, and trying to get their professions skilled up as well. So those people, they will need spirits of harmony, and you can be the one farming those spirits for those people. And you can also use them in your own crafts as well if you have alchemists, blacksmiths, leatherworkers, or even tailors. It is just a very good material to have that you will need a bunch of. So over here, once again, you have a bunch of turtles stacked close together, and you really want to be either a class that is like tanky with self-heals, or you want to be a big AoE pulling class. I'm, for example, playing a Boomkin here. I love the way Boomkins play. I also have a Warlock as well, and yeah, I love AoE ranged classes that can pump out a bunch of AoE. So just be an AoE class, be a tank class. The main point is you want to be able to pull as much as you can with as little downtime as possible. So for example, when you're doing bigger pulls like I'm doing now, you might have to wait a little bit on respawns every now and then, but that's fine. They also hyper spawn to a certain degree, so you should really never run out of mobs. And from one pool here, we just got one mote of harmony and even a green item. So we can send this to an enchanting character, disenchant it, and sell it for enchanting materials. And while we're talking about skinning, another location similar to the one previously, like Pools of Purity is the best location if you ask me, but this right here is a good follow-up as well. Going down to the map, making the map smaller, it's right over my head right now, Nestings Safari, also in Valley of the Four Winds by the way, and over here you basically want to pull around this little lake that you see here. Over here you will have a bunch of turtles, very good for making like medium pulls. Instead of doing one big pull, you're doing multiple medium ones. So over here you for example have 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6 turtles, and you can also pull these 3 as well. There's going to be a 9 mob pull. You pull this guy, you pull the fox over here, and you have a couple more foxes as well that you can pull, but they're pups. But you have 2 like actually adult foxes here that you can pull at the same time. So you get at least 8 mobs, maybe 9 sometimes as well in one pull, and then you move to this side right here where you can pull these 2 mushroom beasts, and you can pull them down here with once again 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, and maybe even 7 and 8 turtles if you get the last 2 over here as well, allowing you to make like pulls between 8 and 10 mobs every single time. For the last one, you also want to go over here to the ruins where you have a bunch of more turtles. I think it's supposed to be about 5 turtles here, 5 or 6. You have 2 over here, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7 turtles, 8 turtles, and then 1 mushroom beast over here as well. So once again, 8 or 9 mobs in one singular pull. And once you've done this pull right here, the turtles should be respawning over here as well, and if they don't, you have a bunch of beasts around this location as well. Just branch out a little bit and you will once again see a bunch of stags and mushroom beasts at the grassy area. So with 2 farms covered for skinning, it's time to talk about tailoring as well, and as a tailor, you can basically loot additional cloth whenever you farm anything like Northrend or Northern Cloth Scavenging. It still works on everything else as well. So whenever you're pulling any humanoid, you loot extra cloth, and over here you're basically combining both tailoring and skinning. If you have both professions, that is fantastic, pull the turtles and the humanoids, and if you only have tailoring, only focus on the humanoids. This location is located all the way on the Windward Isle in the Jade Forest. That being said, even though we are in the Jade Forest, the mobs here are level 90. Now, that's both a good and a bad thing. Like, number 1, the mobs hit harder, and you have to be more careful, pull less mobs, but also, they can drop higher item level bound on equip items. You can get very high level blue items, you can maybe get some epics as well, and the lockboxes. It's a very good place to be, very good loot table, and once again, again, you'll be getting a bunch of wind wool cloth while farming here, which is going to be the main thing you're basically farming for. At the same time, you're getting motes of harmony, aka spirits of harmony, and once again, the location is the Windward Isle on the eastern side. Making the map a little bit bigger, you can see exactly where I am right now on the map as well. And just to show you guys how many mobs there are here, like, if you have the whole place to yourself, you will never run out of mobs ever, and even if you're 2 or 3 people, the mobs spawn pretty fast, so you can easily be 2 or 3 or even 4 people here farming at max efficiency together at the same time. Just looking below me right now, there's so many mobs, and it continues all the way in here as well, with once again a bunch of mobs pretty much everywhere. It's insane. Now, for farm number 5, I also want to pay homage to one of my OG farming locations back in Mists of Pandaria back in the day, and where I spent a bunch of time farming gold myself. That's going to be in Kunai Summit. There might be some better cloth farming locations, like I covered a location in a video 5 days ago in Town Long Steps, but either way, this location right here is definitely worth knowing about, and it's way more than just one location. It's basically a whole area. You can think about the area where I am now, slightly to the east and to the north, basically just farming Yongles. So you have this village right here, you have a bunch of humanoids, right? And you also have some beasts outside. For full efficiency for this farm, you kinda want to have tailoring and skinning on the same character, because in that case you can pull these right here, the Mushin Beast and the calves, and also pull a bunch of humanoids in the same pull. But if you just have skinning, if you just have tailoring, I mean, just focus on the humanoids, but once again, skinning plus tailoring would be optimal here. And for this, you basically just want to farm out this whole village. Once this village is down, you simply fly to the next location. Over here you will have a bunch of villages, sometimes the Shah of Anger is in one of them, but you will just find a bunch of beasts in between. So like if you have skinning right now, you can pull a bunch of beasts on the way to the next place. Right now, for example, Shah of Anger is right here as well, but if you go slightly over here, you once again have a few beasts on the way. If you have skinning, that's an easy pull, and over here you have these guys, where you can easily do one biggie pull, and once again get a bunch of loot. They are level 87, so beware of that depending on your level. You can even combine this place to level up and farm gold at the same time, if you want to. It's a really good farm. It's not the best one out there, but in my experience, if you have a farm that is like pretty okay and not the best, that usually means it's not contested. And to me, an uncontested farm is very good. Like even if it's a medium farm, the fact that it's uncontested by itself makes it very good. So for me, I like to have a couple of farms that are not technically the best, but they're pretty okay. And because they're not the best, people don't go to them, and in that case you have less competition, which makes the farm good. Now, for all the farms that I've covered so far today, except for herbalism plus mining, so both the skinning locations and both of the tailoring locations for cloth, you really want to have a potion of luck. Now, if you want to buy this one right now today, it kinda depends on the price. I would say this one right here could be very expensive at the start, but as time goes by, it will stabilize, and it's pretty much always worth buying. You typically get the gold back really fast, and as you can see here, it lasts for 20 minutes now, not 30 minutes, not 1 hour. It is 20 minutes per potion. So when thinking about making this worth it for you, try to buy 3 potions, save all the treasures, and see how much gold you got from 1 hour just by using the potion, and then subtract the price of those 3 potions. Either way, when farming regular mobs, you really want to have Potion of Luck. Now, Mists of Pandaria has absolutely countless ways to make gold, and I simply can't wait to cover more ways to make gold as well, and even using in-game gold per hour counters to see how much gold per hour we end up getting as well. Either way, these are 5 different locations / methods to farm gold. Herbalism plus mining was one of them, 2 skinning farms, and 2 tailoring farms as well. At this point, if you have any other farms you think deserve a mention here, please leave them in the comments down below, and let me know how much much gold per hour you are currently getting from those farms. If you enjoyed the video, please consider dropping a like and subscribe for more content. I make it my personal goal to help you guys make as much gold as possible in pretty much every expansion currently Mists of Pandaria. Either way, thank you for watching, I really do appreciate it, and I'll see you again in the next video very soon.